My name is Kristy Baumann. I am a registered dietitian that works specifically with endurance athletes and half and full marathon runners. I've been working with runners for the last 5 years, and I've been a dietitian for over 10 years now. I always was interested in sports nutrition, what you eat, and even like the timing of your meals and hydration, how that affects how well you can perform. So my sister runs. She definitely inspired me to continue to run and train and run competitively with her or like compete against each other. But then also like from my personal experience, once I started training consistently, I started enjoying running more. It wasn't something that I always loved to do. For a long time, I would experience like muscle cramps in my foot at the end of a marathon, and I could not figure out what it was. But now looking back, it was totally related to underfueling. And it's fun working with runners because even little changes, you can see how people can feel the difference. Double majored in exercise science as well. We didn't do, that I recall, a whole lot of testing, so it was really exciting to be able to come here and actually experience some of the testing that athletes can get done. And more so than anything, you know, normally you'd only have access to this on a college campus, or if you're taking college classes, and having it available to the everyday runner who wants to know more about their body or pursue their goals, or, you know, just understand their fitness level is super helpful. Coming in today, I did the resting metabolic rate, the VO2 max, and the sweat rate test. It was not only for my personal experience, but having that information and be able to share it with clients that I work with, and just actually having the data and testing done versus relying on an online calculator is so helpful. And same goes with a sweat rate test. That was something I was definitely interested in because it's something I talk to my athletes a lot about, especially if they've experience nausea or dizziness or GI issues during their runs. So much can be related to dehydration, and so be able to translate that data and now having a resource to share with athletes and clients of like, this is a really good place where you can get more data about where your resting metabolic rate is or where your sweat rate test is super helpful. For me personally, like the most surprising result I think was just the sweat rate test and seeing the sodium loss, because that's the most prevalent electrolyte that people lose through their sweat, and then comparison to the fluid loss. I kind of had an idea of where I might be at, but actually having the numbers and the data, you know, just kind of verified like, okay, I am a salty sweater. It is super common for people to underfuel and not eat enough on a day-to-day basis when they're training for a half or a full marathon. Doing the resting metabolic rate, that's only one piece of the puzzle, but then actually talking through, okay, how do you calculate somebody's daily needs and how many different factors go into calorie needs, and the underfueling can come in different aspects. And then from using the sweat rate test, a lot of people just don't realize how much they're sweating or how much fluids and electrolytes they're losing, or maybe only drinking water during their long runs and not taking into account the electrolytes and specifically sodium that one is losing through their sweat. Data can be so helpful because obviously you've heard it, like everyone is so individualized and everyone's nutritional needs are different, or their hydration and electrolyte needs are different based on their sweat rate. And so having the specific data for yourself or sharing that with a coach can just get you to the results faster that you're looking for.